Chris Olds, Big in Baseball here. Just got back from a visit to the card shop that lasted about 3 hours, and I was there to pick up some bargains. Yet it was interestingly busy. I don't know why I even did that, but anyway, 3 hours, and I saw basically about 50 wax boxes go out the door. Not by all the same person, not one big spending person, but the whole notion of junk wax, the stars from the past, the boxes we used to rip in mass, and there's plenty of it out there. It's still all out there in a lot of ways, but Nick Sports Cards, Dallas, Texas, hasn't done much of the junk boxes these days. They've kind of strayed away from it, but they got an offer they couldn't refuse, and they're passing it along to the collectors of us who are in Dallas, Texas. They have literally a bunch of $5 and $10 boxes. That's it. $5, $10, whatever, one or the other. And I'm here to do some Rip and Retail retro videos based off of a pretty big stack of stuff here. My first up, a box. It's almost 20 years old. It'll be 20 years old next year. And I have not seen it in 20 years. And it's an interesting one. 1994 Upper Deck Fun Pack. A $5 box. This is a product that was focused mostly toward kids, kind of on the heels of Triple Play, I think, from Donruss back in the day. This is Upper Deck's take on the kiddie product, and what makes this different, at least all these years later, makes it unique, is the fact that there's Michael Jordan baseball cards in these packs. Let me get them all out here. There's a bunch of packs in this box. It didn't say on the outside, but it's a bunch. Then I don't have enough desk space here to do this efficiently, so let me do some reorganizing so I can keep it all in one semi-organized pile. It's huge. This box, $5, and it's at least, wow, there's at least 36 packs. Hello. I bought 2 of this one just because it's literally got a little bit more potential than some of the others. No autographs, no mem cards. Autograph cards did exist at the time. Memorabilia cards did not. This is just one for collecting's sake. Not every pack has 5 cards in it because, well, maybe they do still. This one actually does, so never mind on that. There are lots of variety in these. There are standard base cards. Here's a Kevin Brown, dibs on the Rangers. Standard cards. There are subset cards from the Stars of Tomorrow, basically the rookies subset that starts off the pack, starts off the set. These are pretty much fodder for probably garbage can. I don't know, maybe they sell. Scratch off rules cards, kind of a game or something. I don't remember, I didn't play it, I was a little older at the time. And the last card in this pack is a, let's see if this is going to unfold easily. Oh, not going to happen. Going to have to leave it folded. That's an unfortunate byproduct. So these are fold-out cards. Okay. And in theory, you fold it out and there's a photograph. But let's just say that that glue did not age well over the last 20 years. Let me, yeah, definitely don't try to unstick these guys. Ain't gonna happen. So that's one benefit of buying new wax, is you're not gonna have. Well, this wasn't very. Wow. Anyway, don't try to fold out your fold-outs if they've aged for 20 years. But there are a lot of good names in here, a lot of creative cards in these, and there's a Michael Jordan card, which, if I find it, could probably still get my $5 back. I'm hoping with this, the couple of boxes I bought, that I'll get more than one. These were fun. It's rather warm outside, so this card is showing itself well. Heat transfer cards. So see the background is slightly dark. Let me put my thumb on it here for a second. My thumb is on the card, and you can see where it brightened up the image. There's a chemical treatment on there that, the cards change color. Little touches of creativity can go a long way. Scratch off card. Kevin Apier, Matt Miesky. and a Steve Carsey card. Anyway, $5. This is a fun rip. A bunch of packs. I'm not even going to count them, but I'll do my follow-up afterwards. I have a couple of these. I'll open one off camera. Let it soak it all in. Chad Curtis, Ozzie Guillen. Mike Piazza cartoon card. These are the play cards. These also are fold-outs, and it'll be a shame if... Oh, these are good, though. There's a little bit of snot glue. I would, once again, don't recommend opening them. It's a trifold card with 2 players. There's a little bit of glue, so it tore the card, so don't open them. And inside is a hologram, which is pretty cool if you can get it to see correctly. Kind of hard to see on a camera. So I won't be opening these bad boys, but if you get them graded, they should be graded closed, so it ain't going to matter anyway. But there's those several times per box as well. I will pick up the pace here, although these foil wrappers are a little tougher to open quickly. Todd Zeal, Sandy Alomar Jr., Bobby Bonilla. I'll go ahead and pop this card. It's going to make some of you cringe. This is a Standouts card, which, since it's a kids-focused product, the cards were made to stand out. So when you can set it down flat, it will stand there in its die-cut glory. That's technology in cards that goes back decades. That can also be found here. So I wouldn't recommend, if you get somebody good, to do your standout. But I think that's, if I recall correctly, that's most of the variety you'll find here. Orlando Merced, Chuck Carr. Boom. Some of these players have not aged well. Rondell White, Cliff Floyd, right on top of each other. Roberto Alomar, and a scratch-off per pack. So we'll cross off the scratch-offs. Those aren't going to be much fun. But for $5 a box, this one's, to me, is a pretty fun rip. Now, speaking of ripping, let me have some fun here. John Wetland. Darryl Kyle, no longer with us, so I won't rip anything there. Here's one of the greatest photographs or pieces of art you'll see on a card front. John Kruk. Blowing a ball foul, I presume. I think he was trying to reenact the famous Seattle Mariners play. I don't think it worked. But this was a fun product. I remember buying one box of it back in the day. Here's a John Smoltz heat transfer card. You can kind of see the background that's showing because these were out in hot heat. Willie Green, Greg Maddux stand out. Boom. I thought I was going to try to do this organized. It turns out they're not going to stack well for me, so let me restack them quickly. Alright. I think there's more than 36 packs in a box here. It's a bunch. It's not your normal. Brian McRae. Remember when he was supposed to be the greatest? Bobby Bonilla. Marquise Grissom. Juan Gonzales. He has not weathered the storm real well. But I picked up 5 different products, 6 total wax boxes, 5 different products. Wow, here's a name. He was a star back then. Jose Guzman. Or Juan Guzman. Can't even get his name right. Jeez. Here you go. George Kenneth Griffey Jr. You don't get a lot of cards in each pack. Technically, it's only 4. Because 1 is the scratch-off. So that may make it harder to pull your Michael Jordan card. Wade Boggs. Here's one subset we have not seen yet. The Profiles card. Chuck Carr. His acrobatic defense. Obviously, some of the intent with a children's-related product or children's-focused product is to kind of teach about baseball. So this product has some cards with those approaches. Dante Bichette. Bichette happens. Jeff Bagwell. The Big Hurt. And like most cards from this time frame, I wouldn't say that this brand was particularly overproduced. I wouldn't say it's not readily available, but you're not going to find as many boxes of this stuff out there as, say, the regular Upper Deck, because frankly, I'm sure they didn't make as much. But like a lot of those cards from back in the day, I don't have any of them handy around here these days because most of them got jettisoned. You know, you move, you clear off a bunch of commons or lesser sets and cards. Roger Clemens. And so for me, I don't have any of these, you know, at this point. So I haven't seen them in a long time, other than, say, the Jose Cansecos that are part of the old personal collection. So let's hope for I get a Michael Jordan here just to entertain you all. Brenton Gates. Oh, that's a cool card. Standouts. Ken Griffey Jr. And it looks like these are numbered as part of the base set. At least a good chunk of them. Which is unusual, but not that unusual for today. Back then, a little more unusual. Another Heat card. Wow. Rick Wilkins has his own card. Thankfully, Mark Grace co-stars there. Robin Ventura, Barry Bonds. I'm not even halfway through the pack. This pack feels extra thick because, ooh, look at that. 2 cards that were deluxe in one. A Walt Weiss fold out and a Headline Stars Frank Thomas Albert Bell card. Of course, since the gluing issue exists, I can't unfold either of them. The greatest Jose Canseco card ever, documenting his home run ball off of his head in Cleveland. Ironically, they didn't wear the red uniforms the year it happened, so this artistic rendering, its accuracy is in question. Because, you know, it is accurate. Anyway, it's all about the details for collectors, right? Ooh, almost lost the card, but here it is. Fred McGriff. Rick Wilkins again. A checklist of Frank Thomas. Anyway, these cards are definitely not as plentiful as regular Upper Deck. Here's a couple of blasts from the past. Todd Van Poppel. Kirby Puckett. And not to be outdone, Jose Canseco again. So that run of dupes, I'll take 2 Michael Jordans if they're coming. I'll take 3. That'd be a fun. That'd be fun. Hey, remember me? I'm Barry Bonds when I was skinny. Hey, remember me? I'm Mark McGuire with a goatee. Oh wait, he always had it after that. Ricky Love Ricky. Ricky Love Ricky. Wallace Keith Joyner. He was a star back in the day. Once a star, always a star, right? Another thick pack. There were no mem cards back in these days, so the thick pack's in here, and they are obvious when you can open them. First, Ken Griffey Jr., before I interrupt my own thought. That means there's 2 of the bonus cards per pack. Bonilla. And a Ken Griffey Jr. Don Mattingly. Not a bad combo there. Rich Becker card. And obviously, you know, if you've got fresh out of the pack, you know, cards, your chances of getting higher grades on these cards might be better too. You never know. Maybe a $5 box, if it's one of those sets that doesn't always grade out well, maybe your $5 box can turn into something more. You never know. Juan Gonzales, another fold-out card. Tim Salmon and Mike Piazza, Rookies of the Year. I think what happened is I bought a box of these the first year, and I think I got the Michael Jordan in the first box, so I stopped. Bipped. Here's a classic photo. The ball right above his head, he fouled it off. Derek Bell, Barry Bonds. But basically, you're going to have all the star power of the 90s here. This rookie subset may not be that good. I don't recall who else was in the 94 set. Doug Drabeck, Cecil Fielder. These were the days back when Griffey and Jordan and a handful of other guys were ruling the hobby. A little Nolan Ryan action, a little Frank Thomas action. Tom Glavine. I really need to get organized here. Dave Winfield, Robin Yount. Mike Piazza checklist. I'm trying not to show too many cards because it's already been 15 minutes and I'm not even halfway through the box. Another Heat card. John Smoltz. Baerga. Another fold-out card of Rondell White, Cliff Floyd. So the collation's running a little streaky here. I've gotten dupes of a few cards already. Let's hope there's 2 Michael Jordan cards still to come in this box. And I get a text. So that was my chimey text. Bo Jackson, Vincent Edward, Bo Jackson. Juan Gonzales pop out. Barry Bonds. Let me mute my phone just in case I get a barrage of texts. Kirby Puckett. I got a text from someone who bought a Panini Golden Age box and pulled a Thomas Hitman Hearns autograph redemption, I think. I think that's what I read real quick over my shoulder. Here's a nice, over my phone. Anyway, Frank Thomas, nice photograph on that card. About halfway through the box here. Got a few more thick packs. Not many. This is an interesting box. It'll be interesting to see if the second box is any more interesting or less interesting. Jim Abbott, Roberto Alomar, and Carlos Baerga hologram dual card. Do not open them if you are purchasing. Get my Griffeys. I'm going to take a careful look at my Griffeys later in terms of grading. Love me some graded Griffey if it's a good one. Joe Carter, World Series. Kenny Griffey Jr. again. Randy Johnson. Got a Jim Abbott card, which is cool. Great story. Affordable player to collect. Lots of autograph options. Tony Gwynn. Will Clark. Dibs on Rangers. Barry Bonds, Juan Gonzales. Chipper Jones. Not a bad bit of star power there. Wow, here's a name. He was a big deal in the past. Jeffrey Hammond. Hard-hitting Mark Whitten. Donald Arthur Mattingly. Roberto Alomar. And a scratch-off card. These old Upper Deck packs, they're foil paper. These are more just straight-up foil. Very dense plastic. A little bit tougher to open on a quick basis here. Ryan Sandberg card. Mark Langston, Bobby Bonilla, Carlos Delgado. Not a rookie card. Actually, it might be a rookie card. No, it's not. Ooh, another Griffey. Heat transfer, Griffey Jr. I think I'm cleaning up on the Griffeys in this one. I'm going to try to keep this thing under 20 minutes. May not even cut it. Get all my glory here. Barry Larkin, Jeff Bagwell, Phil Hyatt. Ooh, not Jeff Bagwell. Jeff Blauser. Wow. Manny Ramirez. Long before all the scandals. Manny loved Manny. Or something. Okay, I'm feeling it. Michael Jordan's coming soon here. First, Travis Fryman. Roberto Mejia. Frank Thomas. People are tweeting their baseball card finds from the world. John Smoltz again. That's 3 in this box. Walt Weiss fold out. David McCarthy. Or McCarty. Cliff Floyd. Lots of Cliff Floyd in this box. Maybe my next box is the Jordan box. I'm not feeling it. I'd hope to feel it. Wow, Jeff Conine sighting. Sammy Sosa, Ryan Klesko. Remember when they ruled the world? 2 different times, but they were both decent names. One more than the other, of course. Next pack. Down the stretch. Oh. Joe Carter. John Kruk. Mike Messina. Javi Lopez. It's a fun rip. The variety's there. The actual novelty of some other cards is there. Rick Aguilera is there. We haven't seen him yet. The infamous shave my bats down on the handles, Jose Canseco. Quite a common sighting in the past for him. My one game-used bat that I have seems to show some handle shaving. The narrower handle lets him swing it that much faster. Helps take some weight off the bat too, of course. Pat Listach, Dean Palmer, dibs on Rangers. Eric Karros, remember when he was a big deal? Albert Bell. Down to my last 7 packs. Come on, Mike. I'd like to like you, Mike. Wasn't a short print. The collation could be funky back in the day, though. Chuck Knobloch, Cecil Fielder, John Kruk again. Man. Albert Bell, Roberto Alomar again. Starting to see some cards I haven't seen yet, though, so there's hope. Come on. Come apart here. Dave Justice, haven't seen him yet. Rafael Palmeiro with an unusual photograph. This John Kruk card won't go away. That's about the 4th one in this box. Down the last stretch. Don't make me rip 2 on camera. Al Martin. Oh, so close. Jason Beret, White Sox. Greg Maddux. Cal Ripken Jr., standouts. Come on, Mike. Don't do this to me, Mike. Show yourself, Mike. Well, Mike Piazza, 2nd-year card. Ricky Henderson. Ricky love Ricky. Jay Buhner. King Griffey Jr. again. 2 packs to go. Pudge. Andre Dawson. Paul Molitor. Ooh, Travis Fryman. Be jealous. And my final pack. Cal Ripken Jr. Solomon Torres. Blackjack McDowell. Barry Bonds. And the dibs on the Rangers scratch off. So, no Michael Jordan. Well, anyway, that was a $5 box. Thankfully, I have one more that I'll rip off camera, and I'll give you a PS update here on the end if I happen to pull it. Until then, though, or before my PS here, when I pull the Jordan and I film it and show you. Till next time, Chris Olds, Beckett Baseball, just keep ripping.